Hi, and welcome to Crypto Crazy. I'm Cal, and today I'm going to talk to you about ECOMI, or as the token is known, OMI. But just before I start that, I just want to talk about Kangal, for which I made a video recently. And at one point yesterday, it was up 20x, and I think it settled out around about 10x up in a day. So those who had liked the video, who had followed what Kangal was about and ended up investing in it. They commented on the video yesterday. You're most welcome for that, and I'm glad that it's made you some profits. But then also do watch the video on the strategy in terms of taking profits as well. I think you might find that quite useful. I'll add links in at the bottom anyway. So ECOMI, it's a relatively new coin. The project's been worked on for a while, since 2019. But I'm bringing it to your attention, one, because I do think it is a great project in terms of non-fungible tokens. And I think that is something where, if you don't know, it's really blowing up at the moment in terms of what it provides within the crypto space. So very much unique, rare, collectible, online digital assets as well. So they're not very commonly known, but it's something that is certainly growing. But one thing that I do want to mention about Komi, they've been working on this for a while, but let's just go down to see where it's available. And at the moment, you can get it in Bitmax. And even on Bitmax, it was only recently listed. So it was listed on the 2nd of March. And Bitmax is a Singaporean based exchange. And it just so happens that ECOMI is based in Singapore too. But soon they will be released onto Uniswap. So as you can see here on a recent tweet talking about ECOMI from the ECOMI page, someone's asked when you're listing on Uniswap, and they mention this quarter. So that will be by the end of March. And the reason why it's much bigger is because if you have a look at Bitmax in terms of the volume that goes through it, it's probably not as accessible to people as some of the other exchanges. You can see down here, it's at number 21. And the volume is around about 200 million USD in 24 hours, whereas Uniswap does about a billion. So if we were to have a look at those exchanges, because it's a decentralized exchange, it doesn't come up on this listing here, but we would put it around about here. So it would be top 4, and I think that really does bring a lot more in terms of volume to this project, and it's a great project too. So if I just take you on to what ECOMI does, and as you can see here, they're talking about it, that they've provided this VeVe app, and it's very much a marketplace for these digital collectibles. And as you can see here, it's premium licensed for rare, one-of-a-kind digital collectibles. You can customize, you can showcase them as well. And as you can see here, it does look pretty good. It's got a secure wallet as well, where you may want to hold your OMI tokens. And as you can see here as well, it's available on the App Store. It's also available on Google as well. But I just want to bring your attention. I mean, most people that don't download it and use it, they would rate it as to how good it is. And as you can see here, it does have quite a few ratings, and also they've rated it pretty well as well, 4.8. So here's a little bit more detail about what ECOMI is. And as you can see here, that they're really leading the way in this emerging digital collectible space. So it's something that a lot of other a lot of other cryptocurrencies are doing, but because ECOMI really started with it early and they've really been working hard, they are much further ahead. And if this becomes the main marketplace, which I do believe it will for NFTs, I think this will very much grow a lot more in terms of where they are now. So I think it's worth looking into them in a bit more detail. As you can see here as well, I just want to bring your attention to this. So within the app, the VeVe app, you can also get something that's called gems. So you can buy gems with normal currency and you can convert them into OMI. So if you don't want to list on Bitmax for the moment, or you want to get in there before Uniswap does as well, then this is one way where you can do that. So gems is almost a way of buying within the VeVe token. And this is what I was talking about. So this is the ECOMI white paper. And they are, I mean, look at this. This is in February 2018. And they're already talking about the non-fungible tokens and how they really want to make it a very powerful app in terms of the way in which people, really understanding what people would want from NFTs. And I won't go into this a lot more detail, but you can look it up. Do remember it was written then, and a lot has been enhanced. But I think the great thing is not only are these digital assets, but look at this augmented reality as well. And I think it has this path in terms of it's talking about gamification, augmented reality. And I think that is where the next stages will be for ECOMI. And at the moment, people are talking about NFTs and how it's going to be great and how it's going to possibly be listed on other exchanges. But I think once it starts going in augmented reality and gamification, that is where a lot more value will come to it. So definitely worth considering it for that. This is just they have their own secure wallet as well. I think if that's something that if you do want to hold it in that, it's good to know that that is also available. So they have this thing called digital collectibles, and it's coming right now. So it's coming to everyone at the moment, and they have been talking about how you can go in and you can actually have a look at these amazing things like Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Red, Back to the Future. You can have the experience of driving the DeLorean. You got Kripkins there as well, Ghostbusters. So what it's actually doing is allowing you to have this collectible, this experience, something that's unique, that's rare, especially for the fans as well. And I think this is something that is absolutely amazing. And here they had a 3D drivable DeLorean experience. And if you click on it, you can actually see how you can interact and be within that as well, within the actual DeLorean. And it's absolutely amazing. So this is what they are bringing in augmented reality. And I think that's what really makes a really, really big difference. So I think this is definitely a coin. This is definitely a token which is worth doing a bit more research if you do like the sound of it. Like I mentioned, they're doing these amazing things, and I think it's going to be something that's going to be quite popular. Like I mentioned, you can get it on Bitmax now. It's only recently just been listed there. It's coming up on Uniswap soon. It hasn't been announced, but as ECOMI has mentioned, it will be on there by the end of this month. So for those who want to preempt that, then I think it's good to possibly go down the Bitmax or the Gem by buying it through the app route, or waiting until it does list on Uniswap. And I think what generally does tend to happen is when coins, tokens do get listed on bigger exchanges, it comes to people's attention. They look into it, see it's a good coin, good token, and then they start to buy in as well because it's more easily accessible through those exchanges. So definitely one to have a look at. I mean, look at the app. It looks absolutely amazing. They do know what the guys do know what they're doing, and I think it's going to be the next steps as well. Like I mentioned, the gamification, the augmented reality within both together, I think will be absolutely huge. So for the moment, I think in terms of price, it's gone up near 30% today. But in terms of where it's sitting at, I think it's still good value, and it hasn't been bought up that much. I certainly do think it will go up a considerable amount when Uniswap get onto it. Once they do begin showcasing a lot more, and people know that this is the place to go for the marketplace for buying and selling, and they do talk about the next steps a lot more as well, then I think this is going to go up even more in value. So that's ECOMI, like I mentioned, OMI token. If you have found this information useful, please do give me a like. Do subscribe. I do bring out these type of videos, and hopefully you do find them useful and informative. I've been Cal, this is Crypto Crazy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.